Okay, hey everybody, listen, happy Monday. Welcome in the building. I'm glad to see all of y'all in the building. Wait, why my clothes getting twisted up? Let me try to fix myself here. So listen, happy Monday. This recap of RHOA is one show before the season finale. But truly, I believe this was the episode that was supposed to be the season finale, but they picked the cameras back up all for Drew and this whole divorce situation, which I think they probably could have just kept that episode off and just ended it with the sip and see. But anywho, we got to see the sip and see, and we will get to see one more show next week, and then there will be a reunion. So happy Monday, everybody. Glad to see you in the building. And please, please stop cheating the diva. Hit the like button. That's all you got to do to come in the building and hear the show is hit the like button, okay? So I'm glad to see you out there. Come on now, Sheila. That's right. Tell the people, hit the like button, okay, everybody? And what do I need? I need a choo-choo. Wait, did Trent say happy Monday? Are we going to ever discuss Simon's ex-wife new interview? I'm fouling. Why do we need to discuss that, Trent? She full of it. She's a whole hot mess. The situation over there is a mess. I don't really want to talk about it, but if y'all want to talk about it, I don't know. I'll consider it. But she's a mess. And now she left that poor boy out there in the world crying and wondering what happened. And she got a new boyfriend. Fallon is Fallon, and Fallon played a lot of people. She played a lot of people, but I knew once she did that interview with Up and Adam that she was full of crap, sitting there pregnant and trying to act like Simon did her so dirty. Fallon, go sit down somewhere. I cannot with her. But listen, everybody, it is Monday night, and it is time for us to recap RHOA, okay? Listen, Shereé know how to spend some money. I'm concerned for Shereé. I really am. But that girl, she definitely know how to put on a party, honey. Because she spent money on that sip and see. It was out of control. The only thing she saved on is she finally got it. She did the event at her house. Okay? But everything else, she spent big time money. Listen. With an ex-husband like Bob Whitfield, do you stand a chance? He's a whole lot mess. And just when we thought he couldn't give us no more, he throws one more thing out there. And we're like, really, Bob? Really? Now you got a whole daughter and the daughter all up in the pictures? Who this Harper? Who this woman? All right. And then, Drew can act. Drew can act. I think that's a calling that she's missing out on. Drew can definitely act. I'm gonna say that, and then we're gonna talk about it, okay? So listen, guys, y'all know what I need. Yeah, Shereé be faking it too. Ooh, she too old to be faking it though. Shereé is 53. We're gonna need her to save a little something for a rainy day, save a little something maybe for retirement. Yeah, Bob be bobbing. You ain't lying, Sheila. He be bobbing. Bob be bobbing. Okay, everybody, that's right. Come on now, people. Y'all know what I need. I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. We're about to board this train for Monday night RHOA recap, okay? So we're going to pull the people in the building. And listen, people, the platform is jam-packed, okay? Jam-packed. The people are here and we ready to talk about it. All right now, hey E.
Hey Diva, choo choo.
Choo choo, hey Don.
What's going on, Saints? And listen, if you want to get on the platform, this Diva don't work by CP time. Okay, you got to come here early.
You better come in this building, okay? You better come in this building, all right, people? Come in the building, get the spot. Hey Dustin, hey Adele, hey Leo, hey Wayne, hey Juanita.
Hi Diva.
Hey.
I almost missed the train.
Oh, well, I'm glad you made it now. I'm glad you made it. And we got a new one in the building here. Tawana, did I say your name right?
Yes, you did.
Well, welcome.
This is my first time.
Well, welcome. I hope you're ready for the train ride. And if somebody got something going on in the background, you got to shut down your background noise. And make sure, so if you got me playing in the background, shut it down. Yeah, shut it down. And everybody go on mute. And listen, just so you know, Tawana, we catch the train. We don't catch feelings. You got a point, stand your ground, okay? Because I'm going to stand mine, and so is everybody else, okay? So we're ready here. Wait, wait, hold on. What's this here? Diva, have you seen the interview with Shereé where she said she had and coordinated the birthday dinner? So why was Hotel asking for a cash ask? Because they both tacky. They both tacky. They both a hot mess. I did see that. And they both a hot mess together. Again, I don't know where this came in with the guest funded birthday parties, but it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And it looks like we do. Am I counting right? We got one spot left in the building. If you want to hit that button and come on in the building, because we about to talk about it, okay? Listen, I don't know how anybody else feels, but I'm loving these little Cynthia appearances. Matter of fact, I feel like these Cynthia appearances are, they giving me life. Okay. And I know a lot of y'all, hey Denzel, y'all thought Cynthia was boring. But Cynthia gave this whole last couple of scenes that she was in, she gave it some she gave it some life. She gave it exactly what we needed. Can we give it up for Cynthia, please? Anybody want to come off of mute and give it up for Cynthia being in the building?
Yeah.
I give it up. Give it up for Cynthia.
And
Cynthia.
Cynthia.
You did good.
Yeah, Cynthia.
Yeah.
And
It's
she's
a
still
no for
looking
me.
good.
She still look good. Come on now. In the chat, can y'all give it up for Cynthia? Okay. Give it up for Cynthia, because Cynthia was in the building, all right? So, there's a Cynthia and Kenya scene, and, Cynthia said, unfortunately, she got divorced. She got divorced. And we all knew that, but you know what? I'm rooting for Cynthia. Now, do I think she should necessarily get married again? I don't know. I don't know, but I would like to see her get with somebody that really just cares about her, okay? They show Shereé and family, and I'm liking Shereé and the family, and I like Cairo. Something about Cairo I like. He's very calm. I like the girlfriend, and she's building a nursery up in the house for Mecca, okay? Mecca is cute, and I hope Mecca, Shereé, Cairo, the girlfriend, the other daughter, the mama, I hope they don't get kicked out of Chateau Shereé, because I need Shereé to just slow down on the spending of the coins, okay? They show Marlo with the therapist, and I'm glad Marlo is getting therapy. I feel there's another side to Marlo, and I wish we could see that other side a little bit more, instead of like all the Marlo shenanigans. I like to see the fashion Marlo, the Marlo, what did you call it? Foster Home Friday Marlo. That's what I want to see more of. And Drew, Todd, and Kandi, they're getting this movie done in 10 days. They're getting this movie done in 10 days, and I'm liking the movie. Todd and them doing the past. Listen, Black cinema. Y'all want to get your Tyler Perry on? Get your Tyler Perry on, okay? I'm here for it, okay? Then we got Shauna and Ross and Ducey. You know what? I like Ducey. Ducey's cute. I'm glad Ducey's going to get a little sibling, okay? Ducey's going to get a little sibling. And, Dr. Jackie, come on now. Dr. Jackie, she really be doing her doctor thing, okay? Does everybody else go to Dr. Jackie?
She looking beautiful.
She's beautiful, right? But does anybody go to Dr. Simone?
That's a good question.
Yeah, most
It
of the
does
time,
seem like it do. It seems like
no,
everybody.
it don't. It seems like they all go to Dr. Jackie. Yeah, Ducey is calming down. I'm like it, Ducey. He is calming down, and he was so cute. He said, poor Dr. Simone. He said, thank you to Dr. Jackie. I was here for it, right? And I'm not 35 and over is considered geriatric pregnancy. Good God, they do the
I just found that out. That was new.
Wasn't that new? I guess I had me a geriatric pregnancy. Okay. I had me a geriatric pregnancy. I had my son at 35. Yikes. Okay. Who knew? Okay. So the movie The Past, and they're talking. Moyetta's in the movie. Y'all better give it up to Kandi employing the people, okay, and getting real checks to the people. Moyetta's in the movie, okay. Todd say Drew is doing the darn thing. We got to give it up to Drew. Maybe she's not the perfect, housewife, but the girl know how to act. Okay, so we're gonna give it up for her acting skills. And Courtney did call Drew a bitch. So now cousin Courtney has been reduced down to just Courtney. Okay, so that's Courtney. And then Shereé is planning this sip and see. They got the Balloon King there. Money. She said there's no budget. Girl, are you serious? Okay. She said she want to see fabulous, over the top, beautiful. And the guests are going to wear nude. And then she's going to have a colors. You know what? I love me a good theme party. I really do. And I'm not mad at Shereé wanting to, do this thing for the grandbaby. Did I think she did a lot and she was over the top? Yeah, they said boho glam. Yeah, it was over the top. And then I'm gonna stop at Marlo's foster care event. I was here for it. I wish more of the ladies would have showed up for it. The color was blue, and I thought it was really nice. Sonia supported her, Courtney supported her, and Shereé made it at the very end. And I really feel like
Kandi was there.
Was Kandi there?
Yeah.
Oh, I miss Kandi. She was at the Marlo event?
Oh, the Marlo event. Oh, I thought the Shereé, the baby thing.
No. I'm talking about Marlo's event. Yeah, Marlo's event. Yeah, only a few of the ladies were there. And I got a little soft and pink for Marlo because I'm like, I don't even know if more of the ladies were invited. But I wish more of the ladies showed up. I thought it was a nice event, and I like to see more of that side of Marlo versus the rah Marlo. Okay. And you know what? Ralph be Ralphing too. He's another one. He's a whole lot hot mess. Ralph came and showed up to the movie set, with Drew, and he's always got it. He's always on. He's always turning it up for the TV. I think he's always turning it up, and he's just so disrespectful to Drew. And I'm not one to say, "Oh, I'm here for a divorce." I never want to see the demise of a family, but I think these two were toxic together, and I don't think Ralph is ever going to stop being Ralph. But I do feel this way, and I can't be positive. I feel like Ralph, when he's released to those streets, he's going to wish he kept his family. He's going to wish he worked it out. He's going to wish that he pulled it together a little bit better. So we'll leave the sip and see for last, but we'll talk about all the scenes that happened before the sip and see. So, E, what are your thoughts?
So, Deuce, I think Sanya said Deuce is very direct in wanting a sibling. I think Deuce is direct in wanting a sibling because his daddy is in Texas and Sanya in the streets. Poor thing. Deucey is at home lonely. Now that the aunt and grandma have moved out. They done moved out. Deucey is at home watching Cartoon Network by himself. We need to send prayers to Deucey. I pray. What did she say? I think Sanya said, I pray that Deucey and his sibling have a relationship like Shereé and I have. I was thinking, why? Your sister don't even like the way you treat her. Why would you wish that type of relationship on your children? Like, come on. It just seems like she's still unaware of how burdened her sister feels by her. And I'm curious as to what Sherry's thoughts were when she saw Sanya say that. Kandi and Todd filming this movie in their main house just makes no sense to me. You have two houses. Why are they in the main house? A simple Airbnb for 1 week is $5,000 to $10,000. And it will look just like Kandi's house or better and be fully furnished. Like, I think Kandi and Todd to stop being so cheap. I don't care if it is acting.
Ain't no way. Their coins. You want them to be like Shereé, just throwing the money out the window?
Yes, it's an investment. Ain't no way that I'm gonna have Drew in my bed with her panties off, getting some head. No way. No way. And then Moneta being messy. I'm playing that recording. I did not like it. I don't like messy on Moneta. And I want Moneta to get off the show. I think she's beautiful. I think she has good stories to tell, but I think she's too good for this. And it feels forced. And I don't want Moneta to come back next season. It's not because I hate her. It's because I like her. Because I like her, I don't want her to come back. In relation to Marlo, if you think I'm going to say something nice about Marlo, you can just forget about that. I will, however, mention Shereé. What were you thinking wearing a jumpsuit with your tits out at a formal event? And also Scott Lee. This was my first time seeing Scott Lee standing up. I love a man in a suit. Okay. Scott Lee had a nice physique and he is so easy on the eye. My only critique is have that suit pressed. You know what I mean? This is his first season. If he comes back, I'm sure he will be able to make up for it. But I thought Scott Lee he's another one. I think he's too good for Marlo. And the last thing I think you said was Drew in this movie, when Drew got in her confessional and said she would never do another movie unless it's Lifetime and above, I'm thinking to myself, Kandi and Todd, stop mixing business with pleasure.
Yeah.
Have you not learned anything from Portia and Phaedra? Poor thing. I mean,
or Kim Zolciak.
Yeah.
Correct. They should have had something in the contract where they're not able to publicly say anything that could be considered derogatory about the movie. And when Ralph came into that trailer and immediately started throwing insults at the manager, oh, are you going to be able to slide out there? Ralph, enough with the fat jokes, Mr. Potato Head. Like, stop messing with folks. I just could not believe Ralph did that. And when he asked her if she came, I felt Drew's embarrassment through the screen. Like, I was thinking to myself, what the hell is Ralph doing? Like, he came across as so perverted. And he felt like, for me, it just felt like he could not control himself. I did not like that scene at all.
Yeah, first of all, he wanted to push the narrative on his own wife, that, oh, are you a lesbian? He is disgusting. He's disgusting. In terms of their house, I'm like, listen, any way you can save $1, save $1, especially because we got to remember they're in their early stages and they have a lot going on. She got all these restaurants, she's doing a lot. So if you can save some money somewhere and control, the scene of when you're going to start shooting and when you're going to stop, hey, why not?
But it is a such thing as sex spirits. And I don't want nobody else's juices in my bed. I'm sorry. No.
I hear you, E.
Sorry, Diva. I love you.
I love you back. But you know what, though? I will say this. I thought Drew was disrespectful and biting the hand that fed her. Oh, I'm not doing any more movies unless it's Lifetime. Girl, you're not in demand like that. Calm down. Calm down. Dadon, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna start backwards. This movie, Bill, there is no way in the heavens and hell that I will have all of those people, their mamas and their cousin too, in my bed, in my master bedroom, hunching and carpet munching, and I'm recording with the cameras that came off the wall that were mounted behind the headboard, trying to get a Tubi movie. There's no way. We're gonna go somewhere, we're gonna go to the Holiday Inn, the Super 8. We're going somewhere other than my master bedroom where me and my wife lay. Todd was entirely too comfortable with all those people in his bedroom. There's absolutely, I know they have guest rooms. Riley's not at home. Go in her room. Go in the other girl room. But not where I dwell with my wife. What did y'all even change the sheets before y'all got in there?
He said they did. Don't do that to Kandi.
I mean, seriously. That's just, there's no way. There's no way. Y'all got all these businesses. That scene, the movie took 10 days. So that scene took what, one? They could have, like he said, Airbnb a house for a day. There's no way y'all laying up in my bed for that scene. Absolutely not. And then you have Kandi say, well, I didn't like it too much. Well, put your foot down, Kandi. Tell them no. Tell them no. You know, I don't approve of this. We're going somewhere else. You got the money, spend it. Or is your mama spending it? Well, next scene, Marlo got to go. These made-for-TV scenes, I hate to be the critic. This is not her real life. This is not something that she's doing full time. Give me a real scene with a real storyline with Marlo. Why do you wait to the end of the season to come up or talk about this event or talk about your charity like this? We haven't heard anything in the first 14 episodes about your charity. You wait to get on a Instagram live on next to the last episode. Where was it the first 2 episodes? Oh, you were going out to Kandi because you didn't have anything else to talk about. I can't deal with these fake storylines anymore. It's annoying. What's the other?
That's pretty much it.
Sonya.
Yes,
I didn't like Sonya at first, but they're giving me a storyline. You know, a baby, the husband, the child. Give me something to chew on a little bit. You know, Dr. Jackie is getting paid left, right, and center. She's in everybody's show. She's in everybody's bottom delivering babies on Bravo and other networks.
She is.
Shout out to Dr. Jackie for using your degree and using it well.
Yes.
Black Girl Magic. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I hope that everything's successful for her. And that one, Sonya is actually working. Like I was watching the races today, and she was live in the races in Budapest.
Wow.
She really doesn't need that show.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Really?
Yeah. She's a live commentator for track and field.
Oh, that is amazing.
She's in Budapest right now hosting the races.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she doesn't even need this show. Move on. Get your family together. Have your husband come to Atlanta full time and have somebody else run those cars in Texas.
Yeah, I'm this any given episode, I could swing in different ways when it comes to who I'm feeling and who I'm not feeling. I do like Sonya, but I think with all of them, what happens is they have to give, or maybe I'm gonna say they have to give a certain, amount of drama in order to stay on the show. And it's like when they're given this forced drama, that's when you don't like them, because it's like they're putting 20 on 10 and you're like, where did that come from? And you end up not liking them. But when you have these real, what I'm gonna say, storylines, like you're having a baby, you and your husband going to see Dr. Jackie, and your younger one is happy about having a sibling, and he's very respectful, because when she said, I thought it was so cute when she said, anything you want to say to the doctor, he was like, thank you. To me, that's what I love to see. And it's not that I don't like, I can't stand when they're having a disagreement. If you having a real disagreement, then I could get with it, because I think in the beginning of the times, they had real disagreements and you felt it. And you was like, oh, you team this or you team that one or whatever. Now it just be stupid stuff that they're arguing over, and it just doesn't make any sense. Like even Sheree's over the top party. I mean, I feel like she wasted her money, but I was here for every minute of it, because that's Shereé to me. Shereé always, from the beginning, she always threw over the top stuff, because that's just in her DNA. I just wish that Shereé knew how to really hone in on it and make some money. Like, is she really focused on She by Shereé? Because people just like her and they like that name, she would probably be raking in the cash. But Sheree's the type of person, she get $10, she spend $30. And how can you keep up with that? But Wayne, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, remember that Aston Martin she bought?
Yeah, and they came and snatched it up.
Right. Yeah. With Shereé, I think, I think personally, if she wanted to have a nice storyline, instead of taking all that damn money, buying it for a kid, going way out, she could have put her son, I guess it's her son, and them in an apartment, and could have made that a storyline, moving them into an apartment, sending them on their way. This wasn't for the baby. This was for people to see I got money.
Yeah.
But show ain't gonna last forever. So I think her money could have been spent. It was nice, everything looked good and stuff like that, but I think it was just too much over the top. I think the money could have been better used if they got to live with her. If they got to live with her, she could have used that money and put them up or something.
Yeah.
With Drew, I think it was a slap in the face, because first of all, if she was so hell-bent on, I didn't kiss a girl, I didn't kiss a woman, well, the last thing I would be in a lesbian scene in the movie. and then start talking about, oh, it kind of, it was like a part of me. It made me feel, like it was something in her that was, that reminds me, the character reminds me of whatever. I thought that was crazy. Marlo, now what, I ain't no Marlo fan, but she looked kind of corporate.
Mm-hmm.
She looked like she was holding a corporate position somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Her hair was, was nice. It was just real corporate. It wasn't real fly and over the top like she usually does. And she presented herself, a nice way. That's about it. That's all. Because like I said, I don't really watch it like that. I watch it to be able to comment, but I mean, if I didn't watch it, I could still be good. I could probably watch the other stuff on there and catch it and be able to, comment. But yeah, that's all about it. And it's still kind of slow for me. I just haven't been able to get it. And I be watching the bootleg copies. I just finished. I watched it today on the bootleg copy. Couldn't hardly hear, trying to hear the lines and stuff like that. But I got the gist of it. I'm good.
All right, Juanita, what are your thoughts?
Well, I like Deucey. Deucey is really cute, and Dr. Jackie is making the money, honey, because she's on everybody's show. But I thought Marlo's event was nice. I thought Marlo looked nice and everything. She did good. As far as Drew and Raph, that scene in the trailer, I just didn't like that because I guess Raph is just Raph. He couldn't be my husband, but he was just awful, and it's like he was just insinuating, trying to make her say that she was a lesbian. And that was so disrespectful. Now, to Todd and Kandi in their bedroom, ain't nobody climbing up in my bed but me and my husband. I would have rented some place like everybody said, or used one of the other houses, but you wouldn't have been in my main bedroom. That's just nasty. And let's see, what was the last thing? Oh, we're not talking about well, Shereé did throw a good party. I think she may have overdid it a bit, but it was nice. It was nice. Only thing I didn't like the flowers on the baby's stroller because it looked like a coffin. I mean, that's just my opinion, but that's the way it looked. But everything else looked nice, but I just didn't like that.
Yeah, we'll get more into that in a minute. That last scene. Adele, you're up.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Woohoo! Okay. So I thought the scene with Shereé was really about her, but because it was more like, look at me, my extravagant life that I'm living, and I just saw her just kind of elating in her family. I think maybe what she wanted to do was show her family off and where she is in life. That's what it felt to me. Beyond that, I'm hoping that she actually got proud placements for those things instead of actually paying for it for herself. So because to think about all where she's been and to be still spending all that money, it would be too sad to even think about that. And when it came to Drew and Ralph, again, that competitive spirit just keeps on showing up with them for some strange reason. And I guess that's why they're probably in divorce court now, because they just couldn't come to the same place at the same time. When it comes to Kandi, I'm all for what she did. If it's good enough for Tyler Perry, with all his homes and all of those things for his movie, to make we have a certain look, a certain feel. If you're saying someone as a character that has a certain affluence, you can't put them in a hotel. It's not going to look the same. The movie, the feel, and everything is not going to come across the same. So if it has to be in the beginning that you're using your home because maybe it's up to that standard, then that's what you do without spending a certain amount. When you go and rent like a hotel, they don't charge you the same as you're going to spend a night. They charge you like you're filming a movie, which is completely like that budget is beyond, because there's insurance, there's all these things that goes along with it, moving this, moving that. It's beyond, like, I used to do little things, and I know enough to know that it's a completely huge deal. And then was Sonia? I like the dynamics with her family. It kind of made me feel a little bit more like not attached, but like that loving place, especially when they were at the doctor's office and they were all talking about, just everything. The son, and it just came off really beautiful. So I like that.
Here's the thing about them using their bedroom. I mean, people have slept in hotel rooms before. What's the difference, right? I mean, you change the sheet.
People are acting like they were actually having sex. They was
not acting. They're acting. They're not having sex. And then she said the intimacy coach that they have on the set, like to make people feel comfortable. We don't see it, but she said sometimes there's pads and pillows between them, so they're not really. It wasn't really having sex. They was acting. And you move on and you go on with life. I think it's really smart of them both. And like Todd said, they saved a ton of money by not actually renting out a place to, film this movie. And it's his first movie. He doesn't even know what it's going to do, what it's going to make. So save as much as you can on the budget so that you can, make the most money when you do put it out. Now that movie, it came out, one of Tyler Perry movies came out during the pandemic. It was a good movie. I'm trying to think of the name of it now, but I know he said they filmed it in like 10 days. And it was a really good movie. But again, even Tyler Perry was worried about, like, not worried, but was mindful of the budget. When I
looked at the movies he filmed at his house, he filmed so many things at that mansion.
100%. And listen, Coming to America was in what's the rapper's name? It was at his mansion. Rick Ross. Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Rick Ross. So this is not, they didn't do anything uncommon. Matter of fact, they did it real smart. And they paid Rick Ross a ton of money to film Coming to America on his property. So, hey, listen, do what you got to do. Go ahead, Wayne. What did you want to say? You're on mute. You
got to keep in mind, remember when Todd was telling Kandi, like, she never worked on nothing with him and, he's trying to get his project. So I think she's holding her tongue, as far as like, she don't want to tell him, no, not my bed. She's just letting him just go on and do what he wants to do. If it's not too egregious, she's letting him have his way and doing it because it's his movie. She's standing behind him. Because remember they went to the whole thing. You ain't, everything is about you. You're doing your stuff. I don't get a chance to do mine. So she's just sitting back and letting him call the shots. I ain't saying the right shots, but she's letting him call the shots because he's the producer.
Right. And the Tyler Perry movie was called A Fall from Grace. I want to say they filmed that movie in like 10 days. It came out in 2020 during the pandemic. It was a good movie. But again, he talked about, how he was just saving money and all of that and how they filmed that movie in 10 days. Where was I? Dustin?
You was at me.
Go ahead.
The movie part, David, I agree with what I think that they should have got a hotel or and not doing it at their own house. If they don't want to do it at their own house, it's okay. But I think it would have been better to get like a motel or a hotel to do a movie. That's just the way I feel about it, and that's okay. And this is the final. Is this the final episode before the finale, David?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so is next week the
next week is the finale.
Okay, so is that where the sit down with Andy Cohen and is that
no, not the reunion. It's one more show. It's one more show before the reunion.
All right. Okay. I think that where they did where they had that show with the baby on it. Was that last night or was it like?
Yes, it was last night.
I think they had a good. I think that had a good part of it, and that's all I'm gonna say. You can move on, Diva.
All right, thank you, Dustin. Leo, what are your thoughts?
Diva, I pretty much rate this particular episode kind of like a C+. It wasn't overly exciting, but I do feel like it was pretty good because the girls was not fighting.
Yeah,
I really appreciated the journey that Sonya is going through with her husband. Announcing the baby, seeing Miss Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie collects all the checks because she is on all the shows about pregnancy in Atlanta. I see that. I appreciate that. As far as the past and as far as the movie is concerned, I'm not gonna lie. I pretty much like the way Kandi and Todd stick and move, right? The stick and move is that they filmed it during the filming of Atlanta Housewives. So that's promotion right there. So you really got to see what's happening here. You got to see what's happening here.
Come on, talk about it.
And so I am a Leo and I am very close to a Taurus. And I can see how Kandi being a Taurus letting Todd go ahead on and lead the scene until she really get upset about something or she really feel like it's important. She's gonna say something about it because he is by trade. He is a producer. Like he didn't become a producer, y'all, just because he met Kandi.
That's
fact. He was already a producer before they met.
That's true.
And that is managing a budget to make something happen.
Yes.
And so I kind of like get what they doing and I respect how they do it, even though Kandi don't like it, because I'm not gonna say that I will be totally comfortable with a movie sex scene going on in my bed. I'm not quite sure I would be comfortable with it, but for the sake of supporting my husband who has supported me in my ventures,
facts,
I would be okay with it.
Yeah.
And he ain't trying to spend my money. So it's this whole narrative of, Todd spending Kandi money and all this other kind of stuff. Really, in all actuality, that's not what he does. That's not what he's doing. So to support him and support this project, I will swallow my apprehension and I will let it go ahead on and roll. Because keep this in mind, it's a writer's strike going on right now.
Yes,
and we don't even really know whether or not this movie is really going to get played. It might end up on Tubi, but whatever happens to it is going to be straight profit because he did not overextend them and pay out other monies for other sets, for other things that they really don't have. I saw on the speak on it, Kandi said they paid for the whole movie out of pocket.
Yes, they did.
And everybody got paid.
I saw that.
And Drew got paid too.
And Drew
she
said
can
it was
run
a
her
nice check.
mouth.
She said it was a nice
check.
She talked all that mess, but then said it was a nice check.
That's right. That's right. So because of that, because strategically I would have done the same thing. I probably would have overpaid her just to make sure she don't run her mouth about what she gonna get paid.
Yeah.
Strategically, I would have done that. Yeah. So to be that as it has happened, yes, we're gonna rock and roll with it. You swallow a bitter pill. It is what it is. They're gonna make their money because they may make the money, y'all, and they may make the movie and sell it, right? They may sell it to Netflix for a cute dollar. You know what I'm saying? So it is. I think it was strategic, and I respect it, and I'm okay with it. And I don't know if we talking about Shereé yet, but if we ain't talking about the party yet, then I'll wait my turn for the party.
Yeah. We ain't talking about the party yet, but I agree with everything that you said, right? You got to be smart about this thing. And they did save a whole bunch of money. Yeah. and yes, I would have overpaid Drew also. You notice though, I can't remember because now I'm mixing up the after show with the this show and the that show, whatever. I think it might have been part of the after show. What's so funny though, Drew talking all that mess, but they said she gave up the check because she probably didn't want to be talked about during the reunion for Sonya's event the charity event, but she said she complained about it, and so did Shereé. They both gave up their checks, but they both had something to say about it. And I think somebody said, I think it was Kenya was saying Shereé talking about she got kids, she got this, she got that. Well, you can't be sitting in no place talking about hey, I'm gonna get $5,000 and then complain about it later. But everybody did give up their checks, Sonya said. Yeah. And somebody said, Miss Wilson, actually, and I'm getting ready to come to you, Tiwana. She said the tickets for the Wiz are super expensive. Yeah, but you know what though? Those Broadway actors, I mean, I know it's not on Broadway yet. I was in New York this weekend, Harlem Week, and they had a booth there promoting the Wiz. Wayne Brady is going to be on the Broadway production one, Deborah Cox. There was some other names on the paper. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But anywho, those to pay these people for, you got to pay them for rehearsal. You got, they don't even make that much money, and to do a live show, the amount of work it takes people, it's a lot. It's a lot. When I go to Broadway, I don't even complain about the ticket because the simple fact of I know that these people are not getting paid that much, and to be on stage for 90 minutes or 2 hours or whatever and get the little intermissions that they get is work. It's work. I know some people that do Broadway. I know the stage-hands, it is work. And when they change costumes, it is work. It is work. And I don't know about every show, but I know a lot of shows, they have the behind the scenes people that just are helping them change. Just are helping them change. So when you buy a ticket to these shows that are like anywhere from $100 to $200, matter of fact, when you get a ticket that's $80 or something like that, you getting a huge break because every single person on that stage has to get paid. So the more people that are on the stage, just think about how much money it costs for all of those people that are just on the stage. $1,200 for a ticket. I didn't see that for one ticket. I don't know where that was at, but yeah, the most I pay on Broadway might be $200, and I'm definitely sitting in orchestra. But I'm going to see the Wiz when it comes to Broadway, and they said it's going to be March probably. Tiwana, you're in the building. What are your thoughts?
Hello, everyone. This is my first time being here.
Welcome.
What I wanted to say was that I think Sonya and her husband and the little boy is such a cute couple. Kandi and Todd, I think that scene to me was just very disgusting. Again, like everyone said, they have many other rooms that they could have filmed that scene. I'm a Christian, and it says the Bible says Hebrews 13:4, the bed is undefiled. So marriage is honorable. So you do not allow other people within your bedroom. You just don't do that. I don't care, what you're filming or doing or whatever. People are just not allowed to be in your bedroom. That's between a man and his wife. And to me, even though they're saving money, not all money is good money. You know what I mean? So I don't care if they are saving money. They could have chose somewhere else within their home to film that scene. And that's basically all that I wanted to say. I just thought it was just very disgusting to me. Probably not everyone agrees with me, but that's just my opinion. It's just it was just sickening to me. And that's basically all I
Was it sickening because of the scene in and of itself, or are you saying it's sickening just because they did it in their marital bedroom in their home?
Well, to me, it's like all of it. I mean, you just don't invite anyone in your bedroom. That is sacred between you and your significant other, not anyone else. I'm married. I don't even let my sister or anyone into my bedroom, because my bedroom is for me and my husband only.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And as far as Shereé, all those flowers, it looked like a funeral home to me. The balloons were cute. I don't know who's funding it, maybe her mother. But I hope everybody got paid.
Time will tell. Time will tell. But we'll talk more about that scene in a minute. Denzel, thank you, Timon. Yes, y'all listen, y'all not buying your ticket. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Thank you, Sheila. Hit the like button. Denzel, what are your thoughts?
How you doing, Diva and everybody?
Hey.
I wanted to let you know before I get, my opinion. You remember Kenya Moore's spa?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was supposed to be shown on the show, but she was saying on Twitter that they cut it out.
Last I looked on her thing, though, the spa wasn't even ready.
Or it's not, or it wasn't even ready at all.
It had progress, but it wasn't finished. But get back to this scene. The scenes. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was finished, but okay. Thanks for letting me know about that.
No problem.
The scene with Sanya and her husband and their son, that was a nice scene. That was a nice scene. And talk to Jackie, it looked like she's getting a lot of patience.
Mm-hmm.
The scene with Kandi and her husband Todd, and Moyetta and Drew, that was good. That was a good scene. Kandi looked like she didn't agree with that scene in their bed, because she looked like she didn't agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't agree with that either, because it's like, okay, you should have filmed that in a different area, in a different somewhere else, but in their bed, no, I disagree with that. And then the scene with Drew and her husband,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like her husband, because he seems like a gaslighter and a snake, because he kept disrespecting her.
He's disrespectful, and I don't know if part of it is that he's trying to put on a show for the cameras, or if that's just him 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, well, like I said, I feel like Ralph, but this is just my opinion. Only time will tell. I feel like in the aftermath of it all, he's going to wish that he did more to keep his family.
Exactly.
That's just my opinion. I really do feel like it. I think he's going to wish he did more to keep his family.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. And yeah, that's a good question. I wonder, is that all for show, or is he real like that in real life? He probably is real like that in real life. And not only that, I want to say this one more thing. Diva, he's not smart for the stuff that he's doing to her. He's not smart to let her go. She's a beautiful woman, and she seems like a faithful woman. So I don't understand why he's doing all of that to her. He's not that smart. He's stupid to let her go. But that's my opinion. But that's all for those scenes, Diva.
Okay. So somebody else said Diva, her salon is finished. It was supposed to be on the last episode, but they cut it out. The last pictures I saw, and it was recent that Kenya showed. I'm coming to you, Adele. 1 second. It wasn't finished, but I why would they want to cut it out though? That's what I don't like. What did she do there? Why would they want to cut it out?
Can I say
Wait,
something?
hold on 1 second, Denzel. Go ahead.
Okay.
They showed. I mean, Kenya had a whole event there. All of the housewives were there except for one, and she showed pictures of her new space. But it's kind of weird why they would cut her opening of her business out. But once again, you didn't hear about that business a lot throughout the entire season.
We did not.
Did she talk about it and they not play it? Did they not show it, or what's the reasoning behind it? Or are they trying to get her out the show?
Can I say something, Diva? After you,
1 second. Maybe they're going to. She's going to talk about it tomorrow on part 2 of Carlos King interview that she had with him. Maybe she'll say it then. But where are these pictures at? Because the last pictures I saw on Instagram on the Kenya Moore hair care, it wasn't done and it was recent. The Kenya Moore hair part, like
she had to keep that off, Diva, because they were going to show it on the show, so she couldn't publish it herself.
But you see, but that's not show. I'm gonna show you. This was 3 weeks ago. Hold on 1 second. Let me share a screen. So that's why I'm not understanding. 3 weeks ago,
you showed us that. Remember, you showed us?
That's
Yeah.
So hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. 3 weeks. I'm gonna give you a minute. I'll let you speak, Adele. Just give me a second. So this was 3 weeks ago, and when this was shown, and I had some other thing, she said it wasn't even finished yet.
okay.
So that's why I'm like confused about what did they cut out and when did she have the event? Was it once they picked back up the cameras again? But I do know because I remember seeing this because I did a whole video on it. But when I did that video, she had said to what I remember is that it wasn't done yet. So maybe I don't know when was the event, but go ahead, Adele. What was you trying to say?
No, I was just saying, that the reason why she didn't put it up fully, and I know you said 3 weeks ago, but that was just a preview because she wanted the whole thing to be like, who was that person that just spoke? They had something there because I heard this before. I also heard it from someone else that made a video that they had an event and everything was in it. I think because of the drama and everything with Drew, they wanted to fit these things in. Maybe they thought it would be more exciting than to show her salon.
There's a picture on there's a local blogger, and well, he's not a blogger, but he takes pictures in Atlanta, Freddie O.
Yep.
On his Instagram, there's a page where Kandi's standing in her space with the Kenya Moore hair care logo back on February 9th. So that seems like that's when the party was.
Can I say something, Diva?
Go ahead.
So if you go on, do you have Twitter?
I do.
I'll go to on Twitter and type in Kenya Moore and go to her page and you go to post. It will show the picture of her, Claudia, Cynthia, her, Sonia, and Shereé.
I hear everything you're saying, but I want dates, right? I'm not gonna pull it up now because I want to go through this last scene. I want dates. Like you go there and you tell me the dates, right? Because I'm just telling you that 3 weeks ago, even if she wanted this as a preview, say it's a preview, but literally 3 weeks ago, she said it wasn't finished yet. She said the whole upstairs was not finished yet. So I would like to know dates, right? The date on Kenya's initial with a picture of all the girls is January 28th. See, that's odd to me, right? And how much of the place were they in? Because now we saw the beginning raw footage where they showed that in the beginning of RHOA, right? They showed us the raw space. Then, like I said, if I'm trying to do math here, like to make it make sense, 3 weeks ago on her Kenya Moore, Kenya Moore Hair Spa page, she posted, that I'm not done pretty much, but that was like the lobby of the place. So when was it? This photo speaks for itself. That was oh, she said now that is 29 weeks ago. Kenya Moore hair care. I guess this is where she's trying to prove. So wait, I'll go back to her page 1 second.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
I don't know, because this is my opinion on Diva on this. I might be wrong, but that's kind of messed up that they cut that out, because I think that's messed up that they cut that out, because I think they might be doing that because she went on Carlos King and done an interview. I don't know, or maybe they trying to push her out. I don't know.
I mean,
I think she's supposed to elaborate on it more tomorrow morning with Carlos.
That's what I'm gonna wait to see for that, right? Because here's the thing: stuff gets cut out all the time. This since the beginning of any show, a lot of people said I did more, I said this, but stuff got cut out. Do I necessarily think it was that deep because she was talking a lot on Carlos? But then that would mean that they did the aftermath cutout. So when she would have to tell us, because Carlos King, the first part just aired last week. So she's trying to say that next week was not supposed to be the last show, or was her event supposed to be showed last night when they showed the show that many events in one night would be kind of odd. So they were supposed to show Shereé Sip and See, what's the name? Marlo's foster care thing and Kenya Moore hair care. I don't know. That just seems I don't know. They were supposed to literally show all the threes. Like, why push 3 big events in one show when all of those events in and of itself could have been their own little thing, just like Sonya's charity event was its own thing.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, so I don't. So that's what I'm saying. I know. A lot of times we like to put 20 on 10, but I like to break things down logically. And the math is not mathing to me, and it's not making sense. I understand she put a picture up saying, like, you know, they did have the event there, and I still don't find that that's odd, because, like I said, they put in what they want to put in, and they cut out what they want to cut out all the time. But if you got 3 major events here that happen, I can't see them trying to squeeze it into one show. Like,
I understand.
It doesn't make sense to me. So was it supposed to be next week her show? And she's saying they rather show Drew's little drama that's nothing to me versus her stuff. I don't know. I would have to dig in that a little bit more before I just hop on that train that they're trying to do her dirty personally. I have to wait and see. I need more details. I understand. Who did not get to speak? Because I want to talk about they didn't have enough episodes, which is odd. Yeah, that's
the thing that I wanted to say was about Marlo. Sorry, I forgot to say it, because so many times Marlo do certain things that we are always talking a little bit negative, not that we want to necessarily, but this week I felt like we saw like a beautiful side to her, and I wish she just invited the other girls. Maybe she didn't invite them because she wanted to protect this, because it's so important to her. But I thought this was the time that she was supposed to invite them so they can see this side of her and make that be a bigger thing. And I also saw like this is what she's supposed to highlight of herself, if anything. And that's the other thing, going back to Kenya and all of this, I feel like production this year was focusing on a lot of silly things. There are so many events and things like the award Kenya got. They could have shown something from that. Things that people were doing that I thought would make the show be more less about drama and more about the real lives, and maybe fuller lives that these ladies have. That's not all about drama and putting each other down. And instead, all we get is like this bitter people that's just interacting with each other and have nothing positive to contribute to the world, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that. I mean, and I think they're missing out on magic. I think because they think that we will only tune in for all of this high level drama and nonsense, they're not giving us the other stuff. But like I said, even though her party was over the top, out of control, and I think she spent too much money, I was here for it. And there was some good, non-argumentative drama at that sip and see. That was the talk that we didn't need on Army, because Bob is a whole hot mess. And that
You're right about that.
a whole hot mess. And it was enough drama that was in shade. It was like, I cannot believe that he's in. And the thing with Bob is he be dead serious. He like, we was on a need to know basis with your wife, bro. He's a piece of work.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get into that scene in a minute. In my opinion, what are your thoughts? We didn't talk about the last scene yet, the sip and see. I'm about to get into that, but did you want to say anything before that?
Well, yeah, I sent you the picture so you could have the dates. It was on the 28th of January, so I did send you the picture. And here's my thing, okay? First of all, congratulations to Marlo, okay? This is the first time we've seen her do anything that was remotely good, okay? So kudos to her for that. I'm so tired of Bob and Shereé and Martell. I don't even want to deal with that drama. Scotty being there didn't affect me one way or the other. Like, I just don't see Scotty and Marlo being a real relationship. If it is, I'll take the L and bite the bullet later. But I just see it as a storyline. And as far as Kandi and Todd, I agree that I wouldn't have nobody in my space, in my bed, in my master bathroom, in my tub. I feel like you got a big enough house. If you decided that you want to do this for production value, you got plenty of guest rooms. Use your guest room. And I'm pretty sure one of your guest rooms have a guest bathroom attached to it. Use that guest bathroom. I just don't think I would want to put somebody in my bedroom or in my master bath. Just my opinion. You may not feel the same way. I don't care. It is what it is. And let me see what else happened. Trying to think. Here's the thing, okay? If we're expecting anything out of Rick and Ralph that's anything remotely as decent, then we're expecting too much from him, okay? This man has showed us time and time again he has no respect for his wife, and he has no respect for anybody. So I don't put anything past this man. He is the scum on the bottom of everybody's shoe, okay? That man needs to be drugged for filth every time he opened his mouth. I am so tired of that disrespectful little short man that we still don't know what you do. Okay, he like Tommy Strong. We don't know what he do. He ain't got no job. His job is to drain Drew dry. Okay, and whether you like it or not, Drew is a bona fide actress, producer, and singer. So in her own credit, and she's been working since the age of 10. So in her own credit, whether you like her or not, she is that girl with acting. That's all.
I appreciate that. Thank you. In my opinion, I think well, Todd even gave her credit. He and so did Kandi. Kandi said, you know, if it wasn't like for Drew, I don't know if they would have finished in the amount of time that, you know, they could have. And she said she never downplayed Drew's acting skills. So neither did Todd. So, but on that same note, I get it that Drew has been acting.
Well, she kind of did. You know, here's the thing.
Wait, hold on. In my opinion, when did she slight Drew in her acting skills?
When she was saying, "Oh yeah, she's a good actress," and then she said, and then they showed the clip of her kissing the girl, the reunion, and all that. Like, I'm just saying, everybody throw their digs, okay? If we gonna point out one person throwing their digs, yes, Drew do a dig.
What
so
she said is she didn't have to act much when it came to the lesbian scene.
Well,
because she was still.
But that's not a dig. But I'm just saying that's not a dig.
She was still trying to do a play on the fact that Drew was trying to say that she never kissed the girl. But I don't think she was trying to dig on this girl's acting, because she literally said Drew can act, and so did Todd. And like on the camera, they said that. I don't think she was trying to dig at Drew's acting. What she said is she didn't have to act much for those particular scenes. But we can come to a middle and agree to disagree, right? here's the thing. I do get with everybody, and this is another come to the middle to agree to disagree. I do get what everybody's saying about the bedroom, but literally, and I get it, they have a bigger house, but maybe maybe because what was I gonna say? Maybe because everybody's thinking their house is bigger, they could have just selected another room. But if the scene is like, you know, that this is this woman's house, the character, and that's the master bedroom, perhaps is why they use the master bedroom. But like I said, I'll come to the middle ground on this. But I will say, me personally, because my house is not that big, depending upon what family member comes over to stay at my house, I give up my bedroom all the time. I give them my bedroom all the time. And when they go, I put fresh sheets on when they come. I take the sheets off when they go, and I put fresh sheets back on when they leave. And you know what? And to me, prayer cures everything. Ain't nothing, no spirit gonna be left behind up in my house. And you know, if I got the blood of Jesus and God covering me. So, but anywho, I will move on. Like I said, we gotta go to the middle ground with this one and just agree to disagree. But I think on an economic level, pretty smart. Save your coins. If you got the house to film it in your house. And like I said, Rick Ross 100%, you know, gave up his whole house, okay, and he's still living in that house for the production of what did you call it, Coming to America. Okay, was he nasty and disgusting and all of that? I don't know, but he made a whole bunch of money by giving up his house for it. And he purchased another home too. Thank you so much for the super chat. Be fair. Marlo was a friend of, and Bravo aired her wig launch, and Kenya crushed it with a band. Shamia drank the water out of the Kenya hair care bottle. Yeah, I don't. But what? Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. All right. But what's covering the bed? I mean, and let's be clear, they didn't actually have sex. It's called acting, people. She wasn't actually having oral sex with Drew. Drew wasn't actually naked. Under them covers, I'm sure the girl, she was acting too, and it was some kissing. But we shall move on, right? But thank you for the super chat. Truly appreciate it. Rick Ross got a $4 to $5 million for that movie. $4 to $5 million. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Okay, and he chilling. Right now. You know, you economics. Think about it. And honey, they want to come film a movie up in my house, and it's for the right price. Get the cameras in here
all day long.
And be careful while you in here. And I go right down the block to Mama's house. Okay, and I'll see y'all when y'all done. Okay, let's keep it pushing. But anywho, so let's move on to this last scene. Again, I'm gonna say, and see, to me, Shereé needs to take some tips from Kandi. I think Shereé, she definitely gives us good TV. Because like I said, I was here for every minute of the over-the-top drama of it all. And when I say, she said over-the-top, fabulous, there is no budget, but there is a budget. Whatever she said, I mean, she came up with a color theme for these people. I mean, give it up for Shereé. That girl knows how to throw an event. And it was all with an event. Totally over the top. That Anthony, I'm sick of him. And he is, you know, in the name of the white, what's the other one's name? You know, he's doing them a disservice. When you got the white who did it first, and what's the other ones that was up there? Miss J, and what's the other one?
Miss Lawrence.
Miss Lawrence. When you have Miss J, you got Miss Lawrence, you got the white who came through the building first and paved the way. And then you got this bootleg Anthony coming up with his nonsense. And he's, I can't with him. And why would Shereé even have him there? I cannot with him. Somebody kick him out the building. I'm sick of him and his drama and his nonsense. I just can't take him anymore. And every time I see him, it's just a whole hot mess. Come on, Dwight, okay? Dwight would never go into no party and behave that way. Like this Anthony, even the way he was like shoving his way through the crowd, I cannot with him. He actually lowered the value of the party being here, right? So I'm sick of him. Yeah, he's just drama. And you throwing a shoe at somebody. Yeah, Anthony is looking for his 15 minutes, and he don't nobody. Come on, bootleg Anthony. Ain't nobody feeling him. I'm not. I think he's a disgrace. And you know what? I'm gonna give it up for Drew for not even going in there to be a part of the drama and to mess up the sip and see. All right, so that's Anthony. Now let me tell you about Bob. Bob is a whole piece of work, and he's the gift that keeps giving. I mean, you showing up for the sip and see with your daughter that Shereé didn't know about, and she all up in the pictures. And you know what? I'm gonna give Shereé kids, if this is true and this is not just for a storyline, if they didn't tell their mama they've been hanging around with their other sister that she perhaps didn't know about, they get an F. They get an F. How you not gonna tell your mama about this, Candace? Now, I like Cairo because Cairo, you know what? Cairo, I feel is very laid back, but he appreciate his mother for, everything she did for the glam baby. And he was like, I love you. And I like that. But now, Dwayne, do I agree with you? Should she have gotten them a townhouse somewhere? Because I'm sure the amount of money she paid for that party was surely a down payment for somebody's townhouse somewhere or something. She could have got them a townhouse in a crib up in their own spot, and they could have had the housewarming at the townhouse that she gave the down payment for. But it's She by Shereé, and she did what a She by Shereé would do. And the baby was sleeping. Wasn't that poor baby sleepy so cute? Because Shereé took forever to come out there and show the darn baby. Okay, but the party, I'm gonna give her A+ because she did the darn thing. The party planners, they get an A+. If I ever have anything and they want to come to Jersey, they could come do it. Okay. Now, Bob. That's all I gotta say about him. He a whole hot mess. The daughter Candace, whoa. The daughter Candace, and then Candace gonna talk. Then Candace, you didn't have to say this right there. Just say I'm Candace, and then he gonna tell Candace, say hi to your mama. You know what? Bob is a piece of work. I cannot do with him. Okay. And then Candace, you don't gotta sit there and say your kid's been good to me. I seen them at family events. See, Candace was ready for that TV moment too. She a piece of work. She just like her daddy. She low-key messy. She low-key messy because you don't got to tell me at this sip and see that you've been hanging around with my kids and they've been treating you well. Get out of here, Candace. Go sit down. Matter of fact, go ahead over there and take some more pictures. Get out of here. And Martell, listen, did Martell tell Shereé though the truth? She was like, you late. He said, I got 5 kids. And that's what I'm talking about. That party gave a whole lot of life and shade without all the arguments. I'll go ahead and start at the top. E, your thoughts about this over the top sip and see. E, are you there? Did we lose you? We might have lost E. The Don, I'm coming to you.
So we got another sip and see in Atlanta. Shout out Phaedra. For setting the standard for a lot of things. But listen, I'm here for Bob. Bob is pure comedy.
Yes, he is.
He doesn't really give like what some of the other husbands put on this show. He's a little messy, but it's always comedy with Bob. That's why I got Bob's eyes today, because we were seeing eye to eye. Him bringing his daughter and having her in the pink because those were the colors of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I fell out. Some people might have felt offended by it, but I fell out. Like, you gonna bring this grown woman? This is my daughter. She wearing pink, and Shereé knew nothing about it. Oblivious.
Mm-hmm.
That's a grown lady. How can you go this long, Bob, without telling your ex-wife you had a whole nother child? But apparently, his kids, his Cairo and his other daughter knew, and they just never mentioned it to his mom. Which speaks on their relationship.
Woo!
Woo! But as far as the look and everything, Shereé's going to throw a good party.
Yes, she is.
And one thing we haven't heard was from the party planner or anything that she owed him money. So obviously, she paid what she was owed. I mean, when they were old. But it looked like it had plenty of food and drinks there. Kenya and Martell. I'm glad that Kenya came up from her gut and gave him a halfway apology.
Halfway,
Because,
yeah, she
yeah,
did.
he needed it, and he apologized to her to clear the air. And I'm glad that that did happen because there was no need to carry that on any further. It was some petty BS in the first place, and I'm glad they left it there. Hopefully, um, let's see. And you see, Shereé is all about setting people up. Why would you bring this guy here,
Yes.
knowing
Yeah.
that he has an issue with Drew and Drew has an issue with him?
Yeah.
And Drew did the exit. She wanted Shereé wanted a moment.
Yes, she did.
And Drew didn't give it to her.
Yep.
Drew didn't, and what I did appreciate about Kandi is Kandi confronting this guy and asking him questions because we all know Shereé would not have done that.
That's
and
right.
she
That's
asked
right.
him, did you throw something at her? And then he said, after she threw her, no, you threw something at her because you were trying to be messy.
Yep.
And you wanted her to, you wanted a lawsuit or something like
Yep.
that. We all reading through that, sir.
Yeah.
So, I won't buy it. I won't buy his whole story. He was there for a scene. He had his whole mic. He was mic'd up.
Yep.
So he was there for a scene and
Yes,
to
he
make
was.
a scene.
Yep.
So he was a part of the whole production that night. And Drew just didn't give them any time. She left, and I'm glad she did. But Cairo and his girlfriend, and I'm glad that he did graduate Morehouse, and he has his little family now, and let Shereé let him be in charge of his own baby. Okay, that's your glam baby. Shout out to Nene. But you ain't the mama, so step back a little bit, okay?
A little bit.
We appreciate the party.
Yes,
but
we do.
This ain't your baby.
That part right there, and it ain't your storyline, Shereé. Now
Right.
you did the sip and see. We good. Don't everything gonna be Mecca, okay? Now you know what? I will say this, Kandi. This is what I do appreciate about her. Drew and her had a moment, but Drew called her. Ain't that interesting? Drew called Kandi and said, "I'm not coming in the building." And Kandi was like, "Well, what's up? What happened?" And she heard Drew out, and she took Monietta outside to go talk to Drew. Now, why Drew ain't called cousin Courtney? Why? Because she called Kandi a liar before that. Why she ain't called cousin Courtney? Why she ain't called somebody else? No, Kandi went outside, saw about Drew, okay, then came back in, and like you said to Don, she came back in and she said to Anthony, she spoke to Anthony, she confronted Anthony about Drew, and Kandi didn't have to do that because her and Drew wasn't even in the best space. Wayne, your thoughts?
That whole scene gives me Wake vibes. I'm talking about a wake where you go to, the day before the person, funeralized. All they needed was 2 torchlight lamps on one end of each end. It would have looked like it was a funeral, and it just kind of brought, when I saw it, it kind of brought memories back from my family. One of my aunts back in the, I guess, like the early 1900s. My grandmother, one of her children had passed at a young age, and I think she was about like 10 years old. Back then when they bring them home and stuff like that. She was in the coffin, eyes open, real glassy, and it was flowers like all around it, almost a scene like that. I mean, like all they do is place with flowers. It just gave me vibes like that. But anyway, and I'll be glad when Sheree's swelling go down. I mean, her lips are too big and her cheeks are too, I mean, maybe this is the short term of it, but I know y'all say, oh, she's beautiful. And she is a good looking woman. She didn't need to have anything done. Now she got these old big lips, big juicy lips, like saucers, It just don't, she don't look natural. she don't look natural. Her cheeks look like, just real like them, like you just want to grab them, just. So I hope this is just like one of the side effects, and maybe about another couple months or whatever, she'll look normal and look like she got some decent plastic surgery.
Yeah, I mean, Shereé, they all seem to be into the surgery now. I guess it is what it is. Tiwana, what are your thoughts on that last scene?
Well, Wayne basically said it. I think Bob is hilarious. He came in there looking like Pepto-Bismol, as somebody else said. But
Hot mess.
but he's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah, he's hilarious, but he's so messy at the same time. And I know him and Shereé long been divorced, but it's like he still disrespect her at the highest level, right? I mean, to say when they asked him, did Shereé know? He was like, well, we was on a need to know basis at that time. He's a big kid and he needs to grow up. He needs to grow up. I mean, it's a ha kiki for us, but at the same time, it's like, who operates like this? Like, he needs to grow up. Adele, what are your thoughts?
You asked before, why would Shereé invite Anthony? She invited him because she knew it would be additional drama. She wanted a layer of things so that things would be entertaining. But she didn't realize that Bob was going to bring all the entertainment needed for that party.
Exactly.
That's what made it even more, this whole thing even more dramatic, because here she is like clueless, but she's pretending like she knew everything, which is the other part of Shereé. It's like she doesn't understand that we can see that you don't know. We can see that, that you're trying to cover it up, which makes it even more sad. But I really believe she did a beautiful job. I'm not sure where we're getting Wake from, but I guess each of us have a different idea of what things, maybe because it was excessive. I don't know. But to me, it was beautiful, but I still hope it was just product placement and they're getting money out of advertising and those stuff, and she's not necessarily paying for all of this, because this baby won't remember. And I want to say it's too extravagant, but I remember Phaedra's with all the dancers and all of those things. So maybe this is what they do in the South, right? They go extra and they do it up to make, the biggest deal they can about having a addition to their families. So at the end of the day, she looked good. Her family was good. They were all healthy. So I just wished them well.
Yeah, I do too. Pretty me, yeah, I feel this way too. He wants to embarrass her because she decided to leave him. Yeah, I feel that way too, because you see, a lot of times they think they're gonna break your soul when they leave you, or when it's over. They think they're gonna break your soul, and then now see that Shereé is still thriving and she looked good. I mean, whatever surgery, whatever, she looked good to me at that sip and see. And you see, he wanted to touch her, hold on to her. He got a little bit of regrets in him. He messy. Get your paws off of me. She gave you a nice credit saying you a good papa. Just go be a good papa to Mecca and keep your paws off of me. And thanks for introducing me to the daughter that you probably had while we was together.
But
even if you found out late in life.
No, you brought that up. I really believe though that there's something that in Shereé that needs to heal from that part, because she, like, since him, she's been picking like the same, like almost like another version of him, which is sad for her. Which is it's a tough one. Like, she did need to get rid of him, but now she needs to get rid of the energy of him out of her life.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Dustin, what are your thoughts? Did I come to you already? Because my screen shifted.
No, you didn't. I'm sorry, I was on mute.
Okay,
I'm not gonna say very much about that, but I'm just gonna say I agree with everything that Adele said. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say tonight. So you guys have a good night.
You too, Dustin. Thank you so much. Leo, did I skip you?
No, I'm right behind Dustin. Thank you so much, Steva.
Okay.
I feel like Ralph and Bob are both clowns. Like they both clowns. They are the worst. And I want people to see from our TV screens, this is an example of men who have married women that they do not love. Bob never loved Shereé. Ralph never loved Drew because of the way they treat them, the way they have treated them. And look, it's been years since Bob been divorced from Shereé, and he still treat her like trash. He is attracted to her.
Yes,
he do know that she is attractive, but he never loved her. Loved her. He had children with her, but he never loved her. Cause I'm with you, Diva. I believe this here girl, this Candace, was made when he was married to Shereé. I do believe that. He trying to say
the numbers are too close. The numbers are too close.
Yes. You can get over on other people, but you can't get over on everybody.
Yeah.
I do not believe that this child was made before Shereé. But this child was made after Shereé. And I will bet the bank on that. And I think this Candace, she knows of her existence. I think the kids know of the existence. They never told Shereé. Shereé don't know because everybody conspired to save her feelings.
Yeah, I believe that.
I do believe that.
I can feel that. Yep.
Everybody conspired to do that.
Yeah.
But at this particular time, Bob decided to be a whole clown that he is and bring this baby to the reveal of another baby. He did that on purpose because Bob is a clown.
Yeah, he's a clown.
Bob is a clown. I'm so glad that Shereé is not being bothered with him. At the same time, the party was beautiful. It was something. She's a glam mom. It was about Shereé. It wasn't necessarily about the baby. But psychologically, I do see Bob damage Shereé deeply.
Yeah.
Shereé is damaged from Bob.
Yeah.
And we see it season after season that Bob, because I watched your video earlier today about how Bob is just straight trash. Like Bob is trash. Bob is all the way trash. The way he talked to her so casually of being able to take her seatbelt off and so she can go through the window. That is terrible. And he never loved this woman. He never did.
Yeah.
He never loved this woman. And Shereé deserves so much better than Martell, Bob, Tyrone, all these other fools that she done put in her life to make like they're supposed to be people that actually love and value her. Until Shereé learns how to value herself outside of these other I guess say external things, she need to heal from Bob first. And she hasn't healed from Bob because Bob did the number. Bob did the whole thing to her.
Yeah. No,
he did the whole thing.
I do agree. I think
he murdered her soul. He murdered her soul.
You talking truth. He murdered her soul. You know, a lot of people said, well, Shereé was in it for the money. I really feel like, because remember, Shereé tried to give him another chance after he really didn't have no money like that. I really feel like Shereé did love him.
But I do too. Because like, he jokey. He jokey. She enjoyed being around him until the other side showed up.
That part.
And she was already all the way in. Yes, she probably did wanted the money and the status, but she actually, and look at Bob. Like, Bob is not an attractive man. Like, when he was younger, he could have had a halfway attraction. But, I mean, she put up with Bob way more than what Bob deserved.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Did I skip anybody?
I ain't went yet, Diva.
Go ahead.
Me neither.
Okay, I'll come to y'all. That's why I asked. Okay, go ahead. In my opinion, then I come to you, Denzel. Go ahead.
Okay, so Anthony, okay, let me tell you something. Anthony came for the mess, okay? He wasn't dressed up, he wasn't sociable, he wasn't none of that. He was looking for the drama. You see how he came in there bulldozing his way through? He didn't even say excuse me to nobody. And then the minute he heard that she left, he fat shamed her and all this, and she owed me money. Every time he get on the screen, somebody owe him money. Last season, he was at Drew house telling her Shereé owed him money. So Shereé, why you let this bum back in your house just because now he on your side? That shows you just what kind of woman Shereé is, though.
Yeah,
I
facts.
don't trust people like that. Let me tell you something. People like that will, I just don't like that. Now let me tell you something. First of all, I think Shereé mixed up sip and see with baby shower and a little bit of wedding, and she put it all together. Because nobody has a sip and see that this is extravagant. I mean, was it nice? Yes. Was it overly done? Yes. But this the thing, Shereé loves to say, oh, I am that girl and I got that money. And since, her birthday didn't go so well and all of the people was, asked for their money for the dinner, she had to go extravagant, to prove that she is that girl.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, you don't have to do all that to show you that girl. Like, you really just threw away money that you could have gave to these kids so the baby could have had either a savings account, a trust, something like that. Use the money for a purpose. I just feel like it was, and Bob, let me tell you something. I can't get the image of him saying, maybe I ain't choked you hard enough out of my system from when they was breaking up.
Right.
So for him to get there and then say, oh, this is my daughter, when Shereé thought that was his girlfriend, that was the tea for me. But this man is toxic. And this is what they show on this show. A lot of toxic mentality. And I don't like it.
I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Denzel, I'm gonna let you speak, but I'm gonna just remind people, I'm not gonna play the whole thing, everybody. I'm gonna just remind people of how messy he is and how, to me, in my opinion, they shouldn't even have let him back on the show for this moment because he got issues. And this, I never forget this. This broke my heart, but you made a connection for me, Leo. You said he murdered her soul, and he did, because every time she gets hurt by these men, you see the softer side of Shereé. She starts to cry. Like, I would have never expected her to break down and cry in Philly when Tyrone had her out there waiting. But then I remembered this, and I said, you know what he did? He murdered her soul. Let's just look at a little piece of this. Is it playing?
I think Cynthia's divorce is like within days. So it's kind of weird to have them here at the same time.
But they're doing good together. It definitely didn't work for us.
What didn't work for us?
Once we decided to split. You and I wouldn't be on a trip together like Cynthia and Peter.
After we split, we were in Las Vegas. I was driving her and she fell asleep. And I was like, yeah, it'd be easy for me to take the seatbelt off of you and hit the brakes.
He sure did.
So she can fly her ass through the window, I never hit her. I don't do that.
That's not the look she just gave.
Have I ever physically touched you? Have I ever smacked you? Choked you? Have I ever choked you? For real, have I? I might have forgot.
Yeah.
Could you still breathe?
That's not funny. Sorry.
That's Bob. That's Bob. That's Bob. So to me, him coming there with the girl, it's just, again, like Leo said, it's just like, let me get another dig on Shereé. It's like you can't stop. Are you ever gonna let this girl get a break? I mean, how old is Cairo? 27? So just when she's starting to look like she's doing the killing, trying to do a little better, here you come. And that's why, what was epic though? When they all went to take the picture together and they was saying something about Bob. And she said, once a piece of trash, and I'm changing the word, always a piece of trash. She said, cheese. Like, let's move on. Because I said, come on, girl. That's a recovery right there.
That's it.
Because he's a
That's
mess.
it.
He's a mess. I ain't even going to give him no more of my energy. You done said this man is a good papa. You know, you letting him come up in your house. Because you ain't got to let this man in your house. Your kids are grown. Just go take Mecca over to his house or meet him in the park, wherever he live at. But you let him up in his house. You told him the right colors to wear. And he want to come and give you yet again another dig. Yeah, he hates Shereé. Bob hates Shereé. I feel that way.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
he hates her.
And
he hates her.
Yes, he does. And he hates that she actually recovered. Because let's do this. That house, whether she could pay or not pay, she did the darn thing. That house is everything. It's everything.
And that's how come he brought that secret baby in there that he had on her when they was married. I'm telling you, it's a vicious move.
It is. It is. Adele, give me a minute. Let me let Denzel go because he didn't go yet. Denzel, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I like that that last scene. I liked it. That was good. That was good that Kandi and Moeta went out to talk to Drew about Anthony being at the party. So I'm glad they went out there and talked to her. That was good that Kandi did that. That shows that she is a good friend, that she is a real friend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm glad Kandi checked Anthony's tail. I'm glad she checked him. And then he want to lie and talk about Drew do something at him first. I don't believe him. I believe he assaulted her first.
Mm-hmm.
And why did Shereé invite him? I don't get it. I don't understand. But that event that Shereé did, that she knows how to throw an event. That was a nice
Mm-hmm.
that was a nice party for her. What she call her grand what was it? What did she call her granddaughter?
She says she's a glamour. She's a glamour.
Yeah, she's a glamour. Yeah. So you know, that was a nice theme party that she did. You know, she knows how to throw a party. It looked nice, and Chateau Shereé looks nice. She did pretty good with that. With her ex-husband Bob, yeah, he's trash.
Mm-hmm.
He's trash because I remember that episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 9. I remember that episode when he said that to her. I was like, "Yo, are you kidding me?" Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's straight up trash. If I was Shereé, I wouldn't have spoke to him ever again. But that's her choice to still talk to him. I can understand because they got children together, even though their children is grown. But I get why she still wants to talk to him because she got children by him. And the last thing is why he didn't never told her about his daughter. That's weird. Like he never told her about his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That was weird. But sorry for my time, Diva. That's all.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No, you're fine.
Can I say one more thing, Diva?
Yeah, go ahead.
If I might be wrong, is this the shortest season of the Real Housewives ever of Atlanta?
I don't know. Not that I can recall. I
Okay.
think they're all about the same. And I think they extended it because they picked the cameras back up once they found out about Drew. Let's just finish this out. So hold on 1 second.
I don't remember choking her. But if I did, I'm sorry. Because maybe I didn't choke you hard enough.
I've always said that he was like a Jekyll and Hyde. The funny one, he's nice. I like him. But there's two sides. I have provided for those kids the last 4 years. I sure have. You ain't paying me no child support. Ever, never, ever.
I'm not paying you nothing. I don't even know. how.
Exactly. So why are we still talking about this?
It's a process, and we will get you the money.
There's a bad side, a dark side, a frightening side to Bob.
You okay, Shereé? I'm sorry.
And unfortunately, that's what happens a lot of times in these particular relationships. You get a Jekyll Hyde, you get someone that, well, you know, they woo you 1 minute and then they do DV the next minute. And then you're in this vicious cycle. But you know he's got to be sick because a lot of them will deny it in the face of other people. But you know you got to be sick. If he sat there out of his own mouth, this did not come out of Sheree's mouth. He came out of his own mouth and said these very vile things. He said, yeah, I wanted to take the seatbelt off, slam on the brakes so she could fly through the window. Oh, I choked you? Was you able to still breathe? Then I probably didn't choke you hard enough. That's who he is.
Who said that?
Who said
that?
To the mother of your 2 kids.
He's trash.
And so now you come to this sip and see where she's giving you, you know, she's allowing you in her house, number one. She's calling you a good papa. She's acknowledging that this is our grandbaby. It's not just mine. She told you the right colors to wear. And the best you got is, you know, back then she was on a need to know basis. And you think it's all funny. Candace, come meet your mother.
I can't.
Come on now. And literally, if we could find a map, I was trying to find this girl all day. I couldn't find her name anywhere. Like I couldn't bring her up other than like the recent episode or whatever. But I want to know the age of this girl because you know he didn't say it. He did. He did. Yeah, when Candy was asking the questions, she said before Cairo, after Cairo, in between. He ain't want to.
Yeah. We got to give it to Candy. Candy bossed up through this whole episode because when Anthony showed out, she was right there. And she a little thing, all in people's face. She was the one that was all in Bob's face. And Bob is like 6'4". So she was all up in his face, asking the questions that the people wanted to know.
Yeah, and you know the only reason why I'm leaning towards Shereé really didn't know is because Kandi said herself she didn't even know, and she known Bob since she was 19.
That's right.
And I'm leaning.
That's that side baby. I'm trying to tell you, that's that side baby.
That's that side baby. And you know what I'm gonna say to you, Leo, too? I'm leaning towards the reason why the kids didn't say anything, because they know their mother for real, not the mom we know on TV. And you can tell she is very sensitive.
Yep. They would have cracked their mama. They needed their mama to be sane.
It's that they've been protecting her for all this time. They all know. And yet he knows that the camera's there, and this is when he chooses to reveal that to her.
That
like to me, that's a lot. That's a lot. If you guys were trying to keep it from her, and you know how sensitive it is, why now? Like even Cairo standing there with her there because she did. I don't think she saw her at that time, right? They were all standing there.
She did. She thought it was Bob's girlfriend. That's the reason why she pulled in Martell. She thought that was Bob's girlfriend.
I didn't see that part.
See the brother and her son knew. Her son knew.
That was a lot. That was a lot.
And it was a lot you pulling her in the picture. And listen, I understand Candace is a child, but she's a child that's an adult now. I wouldn't have hopped in the family picture without first being properly at least introduced to Shereé.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have did that. I think, and I'm going to say this, I ain't trying to rock the boat because we about to close out. I ain't trying to rock the boat, but the side babies,
they extra too, Diva. They extra too.
That part.
Okay.
They extra too.
I know
in this woman's house, and you know she don't know you, and you coming with the family colors on because your dad said to come, you should say to your dad, does she even know that I'm coming? I know maybe my brother knows I'm coming, but I would have even told my brother, tell your mom that I'm coming. Emmanuel said, don't do it. I ain't trying to shake the shake.
We can't.
It's too much too.
Can we compare side children to side chicks? I don't know if we can. This is a lot.
No, we can't compare side children to side chicks. But side children know they side children before the wife ever knows that there's a side child.
Listen, it's already bad enough that you were a side child. I would say that Bob should have said it, but because knowing who he is, I would say now Cairo should have said to his mom, at least warn her. Because at the end of the day, I think, and I'm happy for this, especially about the picture part where she took the picture and smiled. I think she finally reached a point in her life where she actually knows who he is. And instead of like isolating her children from their father, she just accept him for who it is and just make the best of the situation. It's a lot to get there, but I think she got there.
Right.
And I'm happy for her in that grain. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, but for us now, I think the dynamic here is that he needs to grow up. He needs to stop. And like you said, it looked like he still wants to be able to play in her garden, and she doesn't, and she's only going to allow him maybe to the front part of the garden, and that's it, which is fine, which is perfect.
Yeah, you know what, Paige? Some of us could be producers, right? Because you are correct. Shereé meeting her for the first time in a separate scene would have been a great storyline for Shereé. Absolutely. Yeah. But you don't bring her to my house in the family colors, and she gets in the family picture that I'm paying for because I done paid this photographer, and then I find out that she the baby that happened while we and you were still together.
But that's Bob though, Diva. That's Bob. That's Bob doing Bob.
No, you're right. And that's why Candace, I'm saying Candace. That's why Leo, I'm being easy on Candace. But I will say this, Candace is an adult. Because listen, I know this, I'm familiar with this situation. And I'm being easy on Candace, but I'm talking about real life here. I know about the situation, and they want to slide up into the family events, and they want to cause a whole drama. Now is not the time or the place. Your mama did you dirty, girlfriend, and you can't be showing up to the family events because you want everybody to know you. Now,
okay, but wait a minute though, Diva. So what you're saying is that Candace knew that Shereé didn't know about her. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, come on, Leo, help me out. Yes, I am. And for you, so my thing is, I would have told my brother Cairo, and I would have told my daddy, because somebody told her about the colors. Somebody told about the family colors, because all the other guests were wearing nude. So somebody told her about the family colors. So I would have said, I don't mind coming, but does Shereé know? Because especially, this ain't no venue. This is Shereé's house. So I would have told my brother, does your mom know I'm coming? Because I know she don't really know about me. Does dad, I would have said to dad, does she know I'm coming? Because she don't really know about me. So I'm just saying, respectfully, Candace came and she was about the mess, the same mess that her dad is about. Because then when she met Shereé, she gonna talk about, oh, your kid's been good to me.
That's something nice to say.
It was shady.
It was
shady.
Yeah, it was.
Shady. That's messy.
It's
That's messy.
Kids. She raised really good, and she really did. Cairo is a really nice, welcoming.
No, Cairo is he's so soft-spoken, but I don't disagree, and I'm not gonna, because I'm gonna stop. Okay, thank you 48 TCO says speaking for the left behind side babies around the world. Can't we all just get along? All right.
Oh wow!
You got 10 minutes, Diva.
No, I'm cutting off right now.
Personal to ask you, okay? And
hurry up because this is a 48 TCO left us on a good note. But go ahead, ask me your question real quick.
First, I'm going to say this. My dad has 7 children, okay? And all 7 children, oh no, 2. There's 2 children that's the same mom. Every one of us else is different moms. And we all talk to each other just fine. We're all friends with each other. And I'm saying I could be bitter about it. I could say a lot of things. I even remember writing one of my brothers and said, oh, we have the same birthday. We don't even have the same mom, 1 year apart. What was our dad doing? That's what I said to him. But the whole point of that I'm saying is that, is there a reason that you're so tough on side chicks, side babies, and all of those? Because for me, I have more reasons to be tough on them, but I'm not. Not.
So Adele, I love your question. What we gonna do is we will have a side chick conversation one day. We'll dedicate
side baby, side chick conversation.
We will dedicate a trending topic to that. But I got to end on the good note, because you know I could go left, and Leo was trying to help bring me back, and I appreciate y'all. Hallelujah, amen. And 48 TCO brought me all the way back. Okay, speaking for the left behind side babies around the world. Can we all just get along? So we all just get along? So Candace, because of 48, Candace, I'm going to let you get that one off that you brought to the sip and see. Because Candace, you was about to mess. But we all going to get along. I'm going to let you get that off. So on that note, listen, guys, I love y'all for being here. I thank y'all for being here. Hit that like button. And tomorrow night, we will be doing trending topics, okay? And I'm going to try my very best, because you know the world is ugly right now, but I'm going to try my very best to bring some uplifting stories to the trending topics tomorrow. I'm gonna try my best. Y'all can email me if you, but I gotta like it if you email me. I can't talk about nothing.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Gotta touch my soul, okay? And yes, Adele, I do have several side chick, side babies. Good night, y'all.
Scenario.
Good night, y'all.
I got them too.
Love you, Diva. Love y'all.
Good night, y'all. Love y'all.
Y'all have a blessed night. Good night.